Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian React, and today we're going to check out the official trailer for The House Next Door. Looks like it's in Hindi.
Just came out this November.
Came out in November. This is probably the second horror?
Second. The other one was like a thriller. I believe it was from Tamil, or was it a Telugu film?
I'm not sure because
it was definitely something that wasn't a Hindi film. It wasn't a Bollywood movie. The last one we did.
Okay.
I forget which one it was, but it had to do with like that weird town.
Oh, was it Malayalam?
Was that? I think no. Was it? I don't know. Maybe it might have been. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But yeah, so this is definitely a horror. We've been told it's a straight up horror. I mean, the very first image we see right now says warning. This trailer contains a very frightening imagery.
Watch at your own risk.
I cannot read today.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Viacom.
जेनी, आंखें बंद करो। इस टिकिंग साउंड पे ध्यान दो। तुम्हें मेरे सवालों का जवाब देना है। क्या तुम्हें ये जगह पसंद नहीं है? क्या तुम वापस अपने पुराने घर जाना चाहते हो?
वो हमें घर से जाने को कह रही है।
नए पड़ोसी क्या लगता है इंटरेस्टिंग होंगे?
हाय आंटी, मैं जेनी, ये सारा। हम पास वाले घर में रहने आए हैं।
Hi little girl, what are you looking at? उस घर में हो क्या रहा है?
Our child is possessed.
Exorcism movie.
I'm a brain surgeon. I'm 100% sure Jenny's not possessed.
उसने अपने मन में कुछ कहानियां बनाना शुरू कर दिया है और अब वो इन इमेजिनरी कहानियों को सच मान रही है।
डॉक्टर, एक्चुअली इसका कोई मेडिकल इलाज नहीं है।
ये एक्सॉर्सिज्म जेनी का ट्रीटमेंट ही है।
ये हमारी जन्नी नहीं है, इसके अंदर कुछ और है।
जो कुछ भी हो रहा है, I need to know why it's happening.
Well, at first this trailer was not doing it for me at all because it felt like by the numbers. And then the imagery, like when they started doing the montage editing at the end, I'm like, all right, this seems interesting. There's something, because I was wondering how. At first, I didn't know it was an exorcism movie, but you kept seeing the symbolism of the cross. I was like, okay, how is this going to tie into Christianity? Like, what about it is, And then now I see it. Now it makes sense. It looks good. I mean, I don't know about like scary imagery or whatever they talked about. Is that a disclaimer that Indian films have to put at the beginning?
Put on every horror movie?
Or was this just a gimmick? We just asked because we didn't know about the tobacco and alcohol thing that has to be in all movies. So maybe Scary Things has to have this like warning too.
My biggest question is, how do you feel if you're not Christian about this Christian imagery? The cross,
exorcisms.
Exorcisms are usually done by Catholic priests to pull the. Basically, it's a demon that inhabits the body, and it usually related to Satan at some point.
Allegedly.
But if you're don't have any connection to the Judeo-Christian Satan, I saw rosary beads in there as well. I'm just wondering how much of that
scares you.
Yeah, because I think that's a big element of these films. If you're a Christian, you think that these things could actually happen. So that's why they're so scary, because you're scared you might get possessed by a demon. You're scared that Satan is going to take over your body.
Did you see The Witch?
No, I never saw The Witch.
Oh, okay. The Witch is a good. Well, it's a slow burning movie. It's about. I'd say it's like the early Americas, actually, like the 1600s, like the very first settlers, and it's about a girl who may or may not be possessed, but you got to keep in mind when you're watching this movie that this was at a time in which, if a girl was on her period, they might attribute it to Satan, or if you have schizophrenia, you actually have some sort of disorder, they would assume that you're possessed by an actual demon because you couldn't, you'd have these multiple split personalities, et cetera, et cetera. There was no actual doctors who knew about this stuff. And The Witch takes place in the early 1600s. There's a goat in it. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. It didn't remind me of this. This actually reminded me more of like The Exorcist, which is the classic exorcism movie. It's probably the most well-known one as well. Didn't scare me though when I watched it because I think I saw it too old. But the idea of a demon being, it's
Once
just
again,
what you just
context.
said.
It's all about context.
Exactly.
And I think you like the special effects and
I mean, they still kind of hold up to a certain degree.
A little bit.
Because they're all practical, that's the thing. But yeah, no, I mean, that was cool. Thanks for recommending this trailer for sure. I probably will check this one out. It might not be both of us, but me on a personal level, because I am curious to know. I've said this before. The previous horror trailer reaction we did, I'm curious to know how much of the archetypes are like similar to American horror films. I'm not going to say
how much Western influence do we see in these kind of films?
And we're not trying to say that India doesn't have its own spin on it. I'm just saying that horror films are very, very, very popular from America, and we know that for a fact because for the longest time, if you wanted a career as a director, you wanted that first wave, like to really, really get that first film out there, you would do a low-budget horror movie, and you would sell it internationally because internationals love American horror movies, especially if they have like a C-list older has-been actor that they might know from one or two movies, and now he's the lead of this movie. Right. We learned that at SC. Like that's a very hot commodity, that horror. But the problem with that is if you start off doing horror,
if you do it now, you're going to
be a horror director.
Pigeonholed into the directing of horror.
But a lot of people started in horror. James Cameron started in horror. A lot of people don't know that. He directed Piranha 2. That was his first movie. But anyway, I can go on forever. But
yeah, no, it was a cool trailer. I mean, it looks well shot. Just let us know more about it. Tell us what you think. How do you feel about horror movies? Is this something?
It's not a remake, is it? I feel like the title's very familiar. Or maybe it's The Last Door on the Left or something. I'm thinking of. There's a horror that has, I don't know.
Well, it's the name sounds very similar to. If you like horror, do you prefer American horror? Do you like Japanese horror? Do you like Korean horror? That's the one thing it's really started expanding.
Actually.
Aval?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot simultaneously in 3 languages. Interesting. So it was shot in Hindi, in Telugu.
Was it shot like old school? Like they say cut and they say let's do this again, and now you gotta do it.
Yeah, that's what it is. They did the same movie 3 times. That is really interesting.
Yeah, that's an old school thing Hollywood used to do. Is they would shoot. I
think it's Spanish, right?
Shoot in Spanish, so they would say not necessarily the same day, but once one film was done that day with the set, then the Spanish film would come in at night and shoot their scenes on the same exact set.
Exact movie.
Yeah, same exact movie, just different actors, obviously, in different language. So this is really interesting if they have the same
for 3.
Yeah,
3
same actors.
Wow.
Just out of curiosity, so if they shoot in all 3 different languages, would the content be slightly different in those regions?
Yeah, the subtext, the context, because it says here at the top that to mostly positive reviews in all languages. I'm actually gonna watch this now. Now, for those who've seen it, which one do you recommend? Have you seen all 3? Have you only watched one?
Yeah, which version?
Do you have a preference?
Which version do you think is the best?
That's the one I don't want to start with. I want to start with the other.
The one that people don't like.
Yeah, I want to start with the least and build up because, I'll call it the Dongal effect now. We can call it that on the show, where.
Well, they don't know.
Well, I know. Well, I'm just saying for us.
No, they don't know that you watched a different version than I did.
Oh, no, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I meant more in the context of
that we watched Dongal before we watched Talk to India?
Yes, if we watch Talk to India, we probably would have liked it better, but we watched Dongal first, and it kind of like, and since we didn't have the context key, that's why you brought it up in the previous one. We just assumed it was like a common movie, but it wasn't. So definitely let us know in the comments which is your preferred version, so I can not watch that one, and I'll watch the other ones, and then I'll work my way up to that.
This could be the same movie though, just in a different language.
We don't know that.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. Make sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, hit the subscribe, leave comments, let us know what you think. Check out some of our other videos we have right over here, and we will see you soon.